This will be the Spicer City Council candidates, and we have two of them here. Marie Doran is coordinating this forum for the League of Women Voters Willmar area, assisted by Mary Jane Shuck and me. I am Kay Slama, certified moderator for this forum, which is being recorded for viewing. The same recording has shown the mayor's forum as this forum. The League of Women Voters Willmar area has a long-standing history in our community of providing unbiased candidate and issue information that is widely used by Minnesota voters regardless of their political beliefs. League of Women Voters does not support or oppose a political party or a candidate for office. Sponsorship of this forum is a public service, providing you with an opportunity to hear the candidates discuss important issues. The views expressed here tonight are those of the candidates and not those of the League of Women Voters. Excerpts or edited clips of League of Women Voters candidate forums may not be used for partisan political purposes. We ask all present to silence your electronic devices. Questions have come to us through email, and we have consolidated those on the same topic, formulating them for conciseness and clarity. We will start the candidate forum with the opening statements. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes for their opening statement and 1 minute for their closing statement. Opening statements will be in alphabetical order, beginning with Zachary Larson, then Shelley Munyon. The closing statements will be in random order. Please note that our timekeepers, Martha Aslaban and Mary Jane Shuck, will use the 30-second remaining sign, and then they have a stop sign, at which point candidates may finish their current sentence. Let's begin with opening statements. Candidate Zachary Larson is first.
Hello, I'm Zachary Larson, 28 years old. I've lived in Spicer for 2.5 years. And I'm just gonna try out for city council and see if I can help the community. I have 2 children and a wife, and my wife is from here, been here born and raised, and that's about all I have.
Thank you. Shelley Munyon.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'm Shelley Munyon. I've lived here for 42 years. I have a husband, 2 married daughters, and 6 grandchildren. I've been on the city council since 2008, and that's all I have also.
The first question goes first to Shelley Munyon. What do you think are the top issues facing the city of Spicer?
I would say the top issues right now are, like in every community, is housing. We are trying our hardest to figure out how to get housing in. We're trying to get infrastructure out to County Road 8 so we can hopefully get a developer over there to start some sort of housing project. I know there's another one in the works too, so I would say that right now is the top thing that Spicer's looking at.
Thank you. Next, Zachary Larson. What do you think are the top issues facing the city of Spicer?
I would have to agree with the housing. I overheard Denny talking earlier about it. I know there is some things getting done in some apartment buildings and complexes going up, which would be great. And that's about all I have for that also.
Thank you. This question goes first to Zachary Larson. How do you describe the decision-making process you would use as a city council member, including working with people whose opinions differ from yours?
I'm a pretty understanding person, so I take everybody's questions as a grain of salt and try to make one great decision out of said ideas and opinions. So I would work with people. I'm very easygoing and friendly.
Thank you. Now the same question to Shelley Munyon. How do you describe the decision-making process you would use as a city council member, including working with people whose opinions differ from yours?
That is one thing I've learned since being on the councils since 2008 is that everybody does have their opinion, and you have to just sit and listen to what they have to say, and at the same time you are working for your constituents, and so you have to just take everybody's opinion and go from there and do the best that you feel you're doing for the city and your constituents.
Thank you. This question goes first then to Shelley Munyon. What guidelines would you use to set the city budget for the benefit of all its citizens?
Well, as being on the council, we've done in the past, we've had budget committees where we've invited the public in, and they meet for 2 or 3 nights or 2 or 3 weeks once a night, and then they give us their ideas and opinions of where they feel we should increase or decrease or leave it the same. So we kind of have done that. Now this year we're going to do it a little differently, and on the 13th we're going to have 2 sessions, one in the afternoon and one in the evening, and invite people to come in and talk to Denny and us if we can be there, and Jacob, the city administrator, and have them ask their questions. So I've always just kind of taken what the committee has felt we should do and kind of gone from there.
Thank you. Zachary Larson.
Being so sorry.
Me to repeat the question?
Sure.
What guidelines would you use to set the city budget for the benefit of all its citizens?
Being new to this, I don't quite know how all this goes. But I would like to learn how people come in and how it goes with voting or having different options of how that works, I guess.
Thank you. Zachary, this question goes first to you. What do you think city government should do to develop affordable homeowner and rental housing?
Like what was being said earlier with the apartment buildings going up back to the north of us, I guess, or south of us. And then developments going up out on 8, if that should suffice, I guess, for assistance with that. And then I don't know what else they have for assistance, I guess.
Thank you. Shelley Munyon, what do you think city government should do to develop affordable homeowner and rental housing?
That's a tough question because we've already gone through trying to get apartments in, and again, I was not for that. I really honestly don't have a good answer for that question at this point, because we have to get it in here first, or get developers in here first and see what they have, and until they do that, I can't really make a decision on how we can help get more affordable housing in here.
Thank you. This question goes first to Shelley Munyon. What programs and or services would you like to see implemented or changed for the youth of the city?
I feel that we do fairly well with the youth. We have the baseball field, we have, tennis courts, we have a lot of parks. It's just getting them involved, and our school district does very well with that, with the rec department and having the programs that they have. So I feel like we do quite well with that as far as already. So I don't know that there's really any changes to be made to that.
Thank you. Zachary Larson, what programs and or services would you like to see implemented or changed for the youth of the city?
I would have to agree with Shelley. There is, with the couple of years I've lived here, there is a lot to do, and it is very safe for friends, family, kids, so on and so forth. Like the 4th of July stuff, when they have the kid parade down by the Big Kahuna, I think that's awesome for a city to be doing things like that, getting all the kids and families out and stuff together. So with being fresh to here, I don't have any more ideas at this point in time.
Thank you. Zachary, this question goes first to you. How do you think the city of Spicer can address the health of its environment and reduce its carbon footprint?
Oh boy. I don't really have any ideas. I don't know that we're not a crazy big city with big industrial buildings and stuff all over the place. I mean, I don't foresee it being like that either. So that helps a lot. Besides that, I have no other answer.
Shelley, how do you think the city of Spicer can address the health of its environment and reduce its carbon footprint?
I feel like we already do a good job with that. Also, again, we don't have a lot of industry with big manufacturing in town, or we have none actually, I should say. And then we have all the walking paths, the bike paths, and we are looking right now, as the council was just brought to us the other night, to start getting plug-in for electric cars. So I think once we start having that and making that available to citizens and visitors, that'll help with the carbon footprint also.
Thank you. This next question goes first to Shelley Munyon. What can the city council do to promote citizen engagement and feelings of inclusion in Spicer?
I feel like with the comprehensive plan that we're trying to get together, the committees that we're having right now are going to start having again. It got stopped because somebody that was on it left, but once we get those committees going again, that's going to be very helpful to see what the community is looking for, and then being able to help them achieve what they're looking for with the comprehensive plan.
Thank you. Candidates will now have 1 minute for each of their closing statements to summarize their qualifications and positions. And first, we will have Zachary Larson.
You didn't ask Zach that question. You didn't ask him the last question.
I didn't. Oh, geez. Okay. Zachary, sorry. Beg your pardon.
He thought he was getting out of it.
Yeah,
If I have to do it, you do.
What can the city council do to promote citizen engagement and feelings of inclusion in Spicer?
Well, I don't know. With being new, I don't know if it's open to the public where they can come down and express their feelings and also be a part of it, not being on the city council. I mean, you can talk to neighbors and people on the street and so on and so forth. And that's kind of why I'm wanting to join, is just to have an insight and to be able to help. But I don't know all the committees and how it all works, but it sounds like it's pretty great.
Thank you. And Shelley Munyon, your closing statement?
Okay, I just want to thank you guys for this opportunity. It's the first one I've ever done, so I'm very nervous. But like I said, I've been on the city council since '08. I got on because of a situation that happened with one of my granddaughters in the light up here by or the stop sign up by the library, and I wanted to see how the government worked and why we couldn't have a light there or something. And I just started going to meetings, and then I wanted to know how we paid our bills and where we got the money from. So I've enjoyed every bit of being on the city council. I've enjoyed getting to know a lot more people in the community, and I just love the community involvement. I love being involved with the community. So I just hope everybody appreciates what I've done in the past and will keep me on.
Thank you. The League of Women Voters, Willmar area would like.
Now you got to have Zach do it.
My closing statement.
Seriously? Okay, I blew that too. Sorry about that.
It is
Okay, I would love to hear your closing statement. Zachary Larson.
Okay, so I appreciate this giving me a shot to talk. I would like to go forward if possible with this and be part of the community. I mean, I'm very friendly, very people orientated. Everybody that comes by my house over here gets waved at, and so on and so forth. And I just want to try to help and do everything I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Zachary. The League of Women Voters Willmar area would like to thank our candidates for being part of the democratic process by running for office and for being willing to serve our community. We thank candidates for participating in this forum and our internet audience for viewing. There's never enough time to cover all the issues, so if you feel that your question was not addressed, please contact the candidate directly. You can find more information online about candidates and about voting at minvotes.org. That's MNVOTES.org and Vote 411. The League also researches issues important to our members and to the health of our communities. If you are interested in finding out more about what we do and how you can also make a difference, please visit us at lwvmn.org. Membership is open to anyone age 16 and older. Again, thank you to candidates for coming and to our listeners for your attention. Remember to vote either by mail at your county auditor's office or in person on November 6th.